again to highly questionable. What do you like on the show today, Bomani?
Some dudes who got some free draws because they were doing the running man. Was this like going down when I was out of town or something?
Vamos, papi.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm not.
Why do you keep doing that?
Is it Kyle Lowry's fault that the Raptors are struggling?
Pretty much. He's not making any shots. He's on a historically bad pace for playoff percentage shooting, worse than anybody in 50 years. This is the shot, though, that he decided he was going to make at the end of this game.
He stepped out of bounds. But,
He did step out of bounds. How broken is Dwayne Wade at the end of this? Goes to a knee. Such a fun moment, one of the greatest moments, and the last time he would feel good on this night, because look at the lonely shooting he was doing in the gym by himself. Bomani, not even a rebounder after the game. Like, you got to get an intern or somebody, don't you?
Wow, with the hood on.
I know, just sad, sad shooting.
Well, at least he made it,
Yeah.
right? Like, I was a little worried after he missed the first one. The only thing, is it his fault they're losing? I mean, he's not helping, but it's not like DeMar DeRozan is out here hitting the mark on everything either. They've been poor offensively. Part of why they're poor offensively is this. He's missing good shots, but he's not missing easy shots. Who helps you get easy shots? Your coach, the function of your offense. Do they have one of those? An offense. I mean, I know they got a coach because I see the dude in the suit, but the offense.
Look at this, by the way. We ignore injuries this time of year. Does that elbow look like a normal human elbow to you? Does that look like a shooting elbow that is right? He's not physically right on top of everything else, although I don't know if this is physical or mental. And by the way, DeRozan is made worse by not having Lowry's help. Not having his help makes him all the worse.
Because Lowry got the gout? Is that what that was? Is that the gout?
Excuses.
Oh, wow.
Excuses.
There he is. Excuses. There he is.
Excuses.
There he is.
Excuses.
I know, you mentioned
They
that.
ran into a wall last night, that's
Oh, for the
all.
love of God.
Did you look like you ran into a wall when Lowry hit that shot, crumpling to the floor?
Yes, he was eating
Well, I
pizza.
tell you one thing, I spilled pizza all over the place. I was eating pizza when he hit that buzzer beater. I went,
Yeah, he was celebrating it 3 seconds too early, the victory.
should Steph just sit out the whole series against the Blazers?
Yes, we are burying the Blazers because we saw them play the best three quarters we could imagine them playing, and they still lost the game by 11 points. I mean, the question for the Warriors is this. Do you want to win the series or do you want to sweep the series? Because if they just want to win it, I don't think they need Steph Curry to do that. If they want to sweep it, maybe, just maybe. Portland looks like a team that might be able to win a game at home, but did you see how much better conditioned the Warriors were than them? The fourth quarter was more a battle of physical ability, the strength than anything else.
We are not doctors, but it seems prudent to show restraint and wait till you've actually lost a game before you bring him back if you can afford to wait. Usually teams aren't good enough to have that luxury, but here's what I loved about that game. It seemed in the fourth quarter that Portland realized as they were getting outscored 34-12, oh my God, we're trying to beat this team with Harkless, Plumlee, and Gerald Henderson. They realized it at the same time, and then the avalanche started.
Well, everybody knew that Golden State was going to win, so what is the big deal? You know, everybody says there's no way the Blazers are going to beat Golden State, so now we're saying the same thing that we said before, you know. The Blazers are going to lose. Big deal. Everybody knew that.
Did you just criticize somebody for saying the same thing that they've said before?
Why should we read into LeBron hoping he gets to play Dwayne Wade in the playoff?
I really don't want Cavs and Heat. I don't feel like hearing from the people in Cleveland that are going to be bombarding us with their vitriol. I don't feel like hearing from the jilted lovers segment of the Heat fan base. And guess who doesn't care about what I want? LeBron.
It'd be great to play against those guys in a postseason. But I've always, throughout my whole career, I've always wanted to go against Wade in a playoff series. I mean, that's just, we've always talked about it even before we became teammates in 10. So, you know, I don't think it's not been heavy on my mind, but it's crossed my mind throughout my whole career.
I feel like Bomani's usually impeccable logic has failed him here. He is forgetting that if he doesn't root for that series, then he gets Toronto, the Toronto Raptors, that the NBA has actively been trying to hide their games from us for several years in what I think is an elaborate cover-up that more people should be talking about. I do believe that LeBron James is telling the truth here. Why? Because he likes attention and he's got the better team.
And number 3, you could be in Toronto or you could be in Miami. Are you guaranteeing the sun in Toronto?
Is he already talking about the next round in the playoff?
Yeah, he is.
Are you kidding me? He's not respecting the Hawks at all. Hey, Hawks, are you listening to what LeBron is saying now? No, you can't allow LeBron to say that. You got to come strong next time. You got to prove LeBron that he's wrong.
It's the Hawks, man.
It's Kent Bazemore. What's he going to do when he gets furious? He's still going to be furious Kent Bazemore.
Corver.
Oh.
You know what you got to do?
Furious
There you got
Corver.
it. That's right. That's right. That's the missing link there.
All right, Corver.
Missing link to what?
How should the Maryland kids feel about Ellen giving them free underpants for their dance while high school kids got 10 grand?
Okay, this is offensive and it's exploitation and it's the Running Man dance. It's gone viral all over the internet and this group of kids are the starting point on where it is that it became popular. Let's look at this video here and you will see for yourselves. You will see for yourselves what it is that happened here. That's not the Running Man. I don't know what he's
special
doing.
game days.
So they get to wear Ellen's name on their draw?
So our friends at Shutterfly want to give you $10,000.
Whoa! Oh! Oh! I understand that. That's me. That's what I did.
Well, Monty, look at the Maryland kid right there. I think we just spotted an HQ investigation. There it is. You can tell right there how he feels. Wait a minute. I got underwear and these guys got a giant check.
And you know what he's assuming? Why can't we get this money? Because of the NCAA. That being said, I got to look at Shutterfly. How you going to write those two dudes one check? Talking about $10,000 for a college education. Have you looked up how much college costs lately? Don't give that money to a teenager unless he has the right to spend it irresponsibly.
What a lousy gift. Who wears underpants, you know?
I mean, it is a lousy gift. It's kind
The
of
answer is
amazing.
everybody,
Well,
and
that's
hopefully
true.
including you.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't wear any.
All right. Excellent. Can we go to the next question, please?
It's your daddy.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, we talk to Eric Dickerson.
It looked
Why you doing
That was
that?
a curl. Niggas, that was a curl. Like you out here trying to rationalize and equivocate
you
your
had a curl. Hey,
curl.
let me ask you. You ain't had no curl.
No, I ain't have no curl.
You know you had a curl. Wait.
Joining us at the beach today is Eric Dickerson.
Sealy, Texas owned. You can follow him on Twitter at Eric Dickerson or go to his Facebook page. Let's talk to ED.
Eric, I want to start with a hard-hitting question from your past. 1985, Playboy Mansion, O.J. Simpson, Marcus Allen. You were there, and you've said that evening made you stutter. Look, give me whatever it is that's making you smile like that. Can you give us some of the details on what was happening that night?
All I can say is that it was that was one of my first times going to the Playboy Mansion, being at a real party, and it was fun. I'm gonna tell you one thing I remember about the night, is that Marcus had introduced me to a girl. And the girl was at the party, and I hadn't talked to her in a while. You know, we didn't have cell phones back in those. You know, the cell phones wasn't real popular. They had the bricks. And I hadn't talked to the young lady. And she saw me at the party, and she said, "Hey, Eric." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, girl?" And, you know, blah, blah, blah. So we talked. She went away. She came back again, and she said, "Hey, Eric, you know, I really like you." I said, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. So, okay, she goes away again. The party's in full force now. All of a sudden, from about 20, 30 yards away, I hear, "Eric Dickerson." I'm looking like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah. I run over to her. I say, "Hey, girl, get your hands off me. You know I like you. You're a." I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? And Marcus was there, OJ was there, and so all of a sudden the security puts on their shoulder, carry out, "You're a." I'm like, so I'm standing there, and I will never forget. A girl looks at me and she says, "Wow, you really her off, didn't you?" And I said, "You know what? I've got to get out of here." So see, I'm glad they got the right sign right here. Help. That's what I needed. Help.
What can you tell us about being recruited? Because who was it? Was it Marcus Dupree who told us that someone offered him an oil well? Offered him an oil well. Oh, look, Eric, the big smile. Come on, give us the statute of limitations is up on all of this stuff. What are some of the things that Eric Dickerson was offered?
Other than the Camaro. We know about the Camaro.
I mean, I'll say this much here. I'll say some of the offers. I won't say what schools. I mean, we got offered, you know, land, new home, new house. The most, I didn't ever see it, but my grandmother saw it. My mom, who raised me, Viola, she saw it. $50,000 in a briefcase. She said, "Eric, I've never seen that much money in my whole life." And I'll say for me, you know, my great aunt who raised me, Viola Dixon, I call Mama, she made the decision to me to go to SMU. I wanted to go to OU. That's why I really wanted to go to college. And when Barry Switzer came and left, I committed. And when he walked out, she said, "You're not going to school there?" I'm like, "Mom," she said, "Nope, you're not going to school there, Eric." She said, "I don't trust that man. He's a liar." Like, okay. So I had to decommit from OU. And, you know, she really loved Ron Meyer.
I'm curious, what kind of show did Barry Switzer put on to recruit you to go to Oklahoma?
Man, y'all getting all into it, ain't you?
Yeah,
you know,
and
you
you're
know,
giving up the good stuff.
they came with their best foot forward. I'll say that much. You know, I like Barry. You know, I still like Barry. She didn't like Barry.
But the visits were fun, right?
Oh my God, how fun were those visits?
I can't say that again.
The visits
Eric,
were fun.
The visits were good. I had some really good visits. I had a great visit to OU. I went to A&M, had a great visit at A&M. You know,
I mean, which school had the best library? Yeah, which one had the best? You know, which one had the best library? You know what I mean?
Who had the best library? I think OU had the best library for me.
I thought USC might have had the best library. You had USC
had the best library.
No, so wait a minute. If we get at the truth here, I'm guessing that what happened here is your visit to OU was great, and your mama said, "No, I know why your visit to OU was great. It's not because that liar was in the living room.
Hey.
You were not going to that school."
I say no more.
That is great. I'm just curious. You are sharp. You are cool. You're a cool man still. You miss the Jerry curls? I mean, was that the coolest time in your life, the Jerry
Do I
curls?
miss the Jerry curl? No, I don't miss the Jerry curl. You know, the curls for the girls back in the day. And I always say my curl wasn't no drippy curl. My curl, girls run their hand through my curl. You know, because I had some nice hair. You know, just put the curl on it.
It looked good. It looked
Why you doing
that was a curl. Niggas, that was a curl. Like you out here trying to rationalize and equivocate
you had a
curl.
Hey, let me ask you. You ain't had no curl?
No, I ain't had no curl.
You know you had a curl. What you had, the S curl?
I ain't have none of that.
Come on, you know you had. Go back and
Nah, man.
Oddly enough, I did.
All brothers always deny it.
No, I would tell you the truth if I had a curl. I'm not from that kind of country. I ain't had no curl, man.
Poppy did. Poppy had the Jerry curl. Can you give us a synopsis real quick about what happened with you and Justin Bieber?
You know, man, nothing happened with me and Justin Bieber. They blew this all out of proportion. Justin Bieber lived in our neighborhood, not where I lived exactly, but in Calabasas. And I live in Calabasas. And let's get this straight. I've lived in Calabasas for 30 years, before Calabasas was even popular. Nobody wanted to live out there. You know, I was the first brother out in Calabasas. So finally, one day, he was driving through the Commons real fast. And the Commons is right, you know, it's movie theaters and it's you know, a lot of families walking through there. And I didn't know who he was. I'm like, who is this fool driving this car all crazy? And he said, "That's Justin." I said, "Man, he just slow his butt down." I didn't say butt. I said something. I said, "Slow his down."
But you did say that he needed a whooping, didn't you? I think you said that.
And the first thing I said, "Where's the mom and the daddy?" That was my question. Where's the mom and daddy? I mean, I said, you know, just need. Really, he did. I mean, at that point, I think he's gotten better. But he needed good. I never hurt nobody. I got something for my mom.
Actually, after that, he got caught racing like about 30 blocks
right
up
down here,
that
right
way.
down the street. He didn't learn his lesson from you and Keyshawn or anybody else. Go ahead.
Eric,
Yes.
what is the craziest fight you have ever seen in a locker room in the NFL?
The greatest fight?
The craziest.
Craziest fight. Let me see. I think that took place on the plane. You know, we were traveling back, and I don't want to say who, but a fight broke out on the plane. You know, the game was lost, and, you know, some finger pointing. And back then, you know, we had alcohol on the plane because we pulled out to the runway. All the players got on the plane, so you could have whatever in your bag. And a fight broke out on the plane. I mean, a big fight. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, guys jumping over seats and all kind of stuff. So that was one of the craziest fights I ever seen on the plane.
Well, what triggered the fight? What happened?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean,
good follow-up.
You know, that's a good question. It was started off with some gambling, you know, some betting, and then all of a sudden, you know what comes to that? Then all of a sudden they start talking about a girl, girlfriend, and all of a sudden, the fight.
Yes. Eric, good talking to you. Thanks for being on with us, sir.
Thanks. Okay.
Gracias, Eric. Gracias.
Gracias.
Uber everywhere. P-rolls in my VIP. Skirt, skirt. Uber everywhere. P-rolls in my VIP. Skirt, skirt. And I think that chick from Canada. I think she from the 6. Uber everywhere. P-rolls in my VIP. highly questionable, is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is feeling a little handsy. Do you question?
You give us topics and events. And I'm not taking my eye off this dude till we get to the first
You're
question.
so happy he didn't do this to you.
Do you question if Julio Calcina received fair payback for his low blow?
We're going to take you to Britain, where it's some MMA action, and there's a low blow that these guys will probably find to be funny.
Nice crossface from Sheldon.
Calcina's in the
Julio
pink.
absolutely relentless.
That
up
was the
against
low
cage
blow right
here.
there. You just saw it.
He was holding a double underhook.
Now we're going to separate these
Slight
guys.
blow there, but
Going to take this guy a little bit to recover.
So, bit of a
And what's his
using that range,
vengeance?
what he's got, and working off that jab and trying to push away, maybe.
What is vengeance going to look like?
that is-
Oh, there's vengeance right
Oh.
there.
Oh.
There it is.
Whoa.
There it is.
Yeah, I tell you, apparently he recovered from the shot to the crotch, too, because that's the last move I'd make immediately, jumping on the bicycle seat like that.
Yes, look at that. How about some of this for your face?
Yeah, I got a buddy who got hit in the crotch like that, and he reciprocated in a very similar way. Problem was he taught middle school.
That was a good knockout, but I have seen better.
Oh, let's see from my father's library of knockouts.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
There it is. That's the sound. Listen to that sound again. Yes.
Man, you gotta retire after that one. Like whatever you were doing when that happened, you can't do it again. Like you can't wear white again. Everything you did that day, you gotta flip it up. Sell your car, move to a new house, everything.
Both guys can fight. Everybody knows that.
Dan won't be able to fight for very long.
Do you question if Draymond Green needs to reboot?
All right, we got Draymond Green, we got Festus Ezeli, we got them after the game. They'd gone up 2-0. What do we have here?
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs. A lot of ups and downs this year. But it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest. I really can't complain. Yeah, I was kind of I was a little down. I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again,
What is he doing?
with another knee. But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
I
he's
have
stuck.
amazing teammates. Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team, they come over there, they wrap their hands around me like.
Draymond did not come to listen to Festus Ezeli talk. I think that's the only conclusion that I can draw from that one. He couldn't figure out what in the world was going on when the question wasn't for him.
How frustrated are you if you're Festus Ezeli? You finally decide a game and everyone's looking at the guy next to you while you talk.
Hey, Draymond, I know what you're going through, buddy. Don't get discouraged now. I know what you're going through. The same thing happens to me when I have to sit here and I got to listen to these two guys talk for hours. It's very difficult. I know. I understand you, Draymond.
That's why he's buffering sometimes.
Time to play the game that regrets having children. See? Oh, no.
I mean, that's unbelievable that you would say that. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On NBC Sports Network, Game 4, Capitals and Penguins.
This series, man, Washington's really good. Washington's down. Chris Letang is really good for Pittsburgh. People are getting injured. People are getting suspended.
That'll do it.
That'll do it right there. Attention right there for that. That's not allowed. They seem to have the play covered. That seemed kind of unnecessary. There are 4 guys around it. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Yeah, I'll say I'm intrigued, though I must admit, a bit of a dilemma here. We all hate these terrible hits to the head, yet somehow that's the only way we wind up talking about hockey.
Ain't that the truth? Around here it certainly is. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because I'm telling you, the only player that the Penguins, they cannot afford to lose is Mateo Murray. That goalie for the Penguins, that rookie goalie, that he stopped about 47 shots last time. That's the guy that Latino goalie, Mateo Murray.
Matt Murray, Poppy, is his name.
Eh? Mateo Murray.
No.
Mateo Murray. You got it?
Like, how are you just allowed to annex people?
On the Discovery Channel, Trailblazers.
They haven't given us any information about this. Is this about Bonzi Wells? Is this going to be that 30 for 30 about the Trailblazers? What do you got?
We've been walking for a while now. It's getting dark. Guys are starting to get spooked. We got to set up camp ASAP.
One of the things I'm doing is setting up kind of some early warning device, some tripwires. Earlier today, we saw one of the drug runners going up and down the island. They could be coming right through here. And if they come up on us, it wouldn't be pretty for us. I'm going to get a fire going.
As soon as the sun goes down, the weather's going to drop 20 degrees. Even in the jungle, you can get hypothermia.
And let's get more wood for the fire. Watch where you're swinging. Damn it. Oh. I sliced myself open.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh,
Medic.
Medic, seriously, get over.
Seriously, get over here.
I sliced myself open. It's deep.
The hell we just watched, man? Special ops going into the jungle and starting a fire and maiming themselves. The hell we doing? Bomani, are you intrigued?
Not even gonna lie. If you are qualified and equipped to survive under those situations right there, something tells me I don't want to hang out with you. There's a questionable level of sanity involved in even thinking that's something that you want to do. I don't care if you're in the Army or not.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Well, listen, they're worried about their safety, and they have a medic right there on the side of cameras, and probably they got buffet, they got food, you know, they got a tent out there. How far are they from their hotel, you know? I mean, that's what it is,
He's so right about this. He's so right, man. There's a chocolate fountain somewhere nearby, I bet you.
And now suddenly he wants to be a contestant.
Yeah, yum.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.